Wow.
Keep talking.
So,
Hey, and let me just say one thing. We're here with Mike from Brooklyn Winery. He's the manager here, and he's giving us a little tour of the winery. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so the grapes that we source they grow all over the country, mostly California, upstate New York, in the Finger Lakes region, and North Florida, Long Island. But we get them whole on the stem here. So all of the pressing, the fermenting, the aging, and the bottling happens here on site. So, and in normal years, we produce up to about 9,000 cases of wine a year. 2020, we didn't make anything, and we're doing a slightly reduced production this year as well. But yeah, it's a lot going on back here.
So how does that go? Do you distribute across the country?
Yeah, we can ship throughout the U.S. Not to every state at this point. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, we're following.
Our tour guide is leading another tour. So
Okay. All right. Go ahead,
This
Mike.
is where everything ages. So after it's been fermented, then it goes into whatever vessel it's going to age in. If it's steel, it stays in the big tanks out there, and then if it's oak, it goes into these barrels here.
You do both.
We do both, yeah.
Ah, you do barrels and the
So
steel. Okay.
we use mostly neutral oak, which just means it's a barrel that's been used before. A new oak barrel will have a much more sort of assertive impact on the flavor of the wine, but if it's been used a few times, it's a little bit more subtle in terms of the flavor that you get from the wood on the wine. So we use mostly neutral oak. So you'll see we purchased the barrels from other wineries.
Okay. Nice.
Was it as oaky as the rosé? I think the rosé was a little bit more.
So we have two Chardonnays that we do. We do one that's aged in stainless steel, and we do one that's aged in oak. So we actually do it both ways.
Okay. So are you thinking 2022 is going to be back to normal?
Yeah, that'll probably be back to normal. We're doing a slightly reduced production this year, in large part because of so many of our weddings from 2020 had to be postponed. And normally we don't do any weddings or events during the wine production part of the year, which is like September, October.
Okay.
But we had to move an entire year's worth of weddings, so we opened up those days in September and October so that we, could give those people their weddings that they really want to do. So we're doing a smaller production.
Okay.
Now, we didn't have our 20th anniversary here, but we did get our gifts were the Rustlings from here.
We did get the that's
Yeah,
exactly.
we got the Rustlings from, I think it was a 2016 anniversary.
Oh, nice.
So they were really kind of popular. They liked it a lot.
Normally this room would be much more aromatic, but all of our 2019 wines are in the bottle now, and we didn't make any 2020 wines, so normally the 2020 wines would be in here, but most of these are empty.
Okay.
Oh. So what's the future of Brooklyn Winery? Just give me what do you think the future, what do you look forward to?
For the most part, keeping on, and but we always change up what we make every year, so keeping it fresh with where we get our grapes from, what types of wines that we're producing, sort of, trying new, fun, exciting things as far as that goes.
Well,
And that's for the wine, for the grapes,
That's
correct?
the destemmer, yeah.
Mike, you gonna take us more?
Yeah, we're just gonna go around this way just so we don't have to walk through.
Okay, we're following him through on our little personal tour.
Step going up if you
Yes.
go open towards the front.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
We do all sorts of things. Like for the weddings, this is like the couple's suite beforehand. It can also just be like a lounge area. We can do small private parties in here as well.
This is
And
nice.
so like tonight they're doing a wine class. So that other group that you saw walking through behind us is now on the tour portion of their class. But they're doing a tasting and wine class. Yeah. Like there's no rules. You can just turn 50. Keep turning 50.
I'll be 50.
Okay.
They said that you could have had this area to get yourself ready here.
This is another great spot.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, real soon, we might do a party of with couples of 4 or 5 different couples, and come in here. Is that something possible?
Yeah, I mean for like private events.
A private event, yeah. What's your minimum?
I think think it depends on the day of the week. I'm not on that team, so I'm not like totally, like I don't know the pricing structure, but on the weekends we generally hold those dates for weddings until 3 months out. So if they haven't been booked for a wedding, then we'll open it up to other types of events. But I think for like that big room, I feel like for if it was just a few people, it probably would be like higher than you would want to spend for that, because I think it's like $5,000 or something as like the minimum spend for that. So if it was, you know, only a few people, I don't think you'd be getting, you know.
Well,
But the small room, that's a good.
It's really cute, right?
well, Mike, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule
my pleasure.
to give us a little personal tour of the Brooklyn
You know, part of
Winery.
what I do, I manage the restaurant, but I also show people around, tell them about, you know, what we do here. So
We've seen it before, but I like what you did. I like what you're telling us, and we look forward to coming back here in the near future.
yeah, we look forward to seeing you.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Of course, my pleasure.
Well, we just finished up at the Brooklyn Winery. It was good. You know, we're here trying the wines. Like I said, we're real getting into our wine culture and all that. And it's good to come here. We have one here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn Winery. Had a nice tour. That Michael, the manager of Brooklyn Winery, gave us a nice tour of the facilities. That was awesome. The food was, you know, I'm never going to critique anybody's food, but the food was good. It was okay. It suited the purpose for what we wanted. But this is what we're trying to give you. Trying to give you a tour of New York City through restaurants, through museums, through locations that you may or may not know, but we're on that tour. For more content, just like you're seeing right now in this video at the Brooklyn Winery, Williamsburg-Brooklyn, subscribe to my channel, The World According to Roger Canoe. Look forward to seeing you, and keep following us. Take care.